2 weeks ago, I told you how to ask for something you need. Today, I'm gonna tell you how to communicate criticism. Welcome to Infinipsy. I'm Jihad. This month is all about communication, and today's topic is how to communicate criticism. If you want to know the topics, follow it on Instagram, and you can also hit the bell and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any videos. Today, I'm telling you a few steps you can take if you want to communicate criticism to someone. It's not always easy. People tend to be afraid of the reaction they may get if they communicate something they are not happy with. Well, if you're not happy with something someone did, there are a few steps that can help you get there easier. Tell me, are you afraid to communicate criticism, or is it something that you can do easily? The first step that might help you is to own your part. What does it mean? It means that if someone does something that you don't like, it's possible that you didn't understand right, and it's possible that you are overreacting or that you don't know the intentions the person did those things with. Doesn't mean that you are wrong. It just means that when you start communicating criticism, it's already reducing the pressure if you own a little bit of the part of the problem, which is, I'm not sure I understood well what happened. I'm not sure why you did this. You're just gonna show that maybe there's something on your side that makes it that you see it as something bad. The second thing is that you are going to show some understanding as to why it happened. So, for instance, if someone did something they shouldn't do, you can tell them like, maybe it's not on purpose, or if you know it's not on purpose, tell them like, I know it's not on purpose that he did it. Doesn't mean that it is okay what happened, but you are already showing some understanding as to if it was intentional or not. Tell me if it's harder for you to get criticism or to mention criticism to someone else. In both ways, in both situations, the third step is something that can help you make it easier, and this is to mention needs instead of complaints. How many times did I have a client telling me that they are not happy with something that happened, and they always tell me like, but I've said it 1,000 times, and then when I ask, how did you actually tell it that you were not happy with it, it's always again and again with complaints. Start mentioning needs instead of complaints. If I'm not happy with the fact that you put this object there, then I'm better asking you to put it somewhere else than to tell you, I don't want you to do this. Because it's easier to respond to a need than to respond to, don't do this. Well, the person, there's a big chance that they don't know what to do instead, and that they are gonna repeat the same thing that you don't want them to do. It's gonna take some time. It's not because you mention a need that they are suddenly change everything and do it the right way, but it's always easier if you mention needs than if you mention complaints. And the last thing, this is not a step actually to mention criticism, but it is something that you have to keep in mind, and it is that you should not expect something to change suddenly and quickly. It takes some time to change a habit, to change a pattern. So when you go and mention criticism, which is actually mentioning needs instead of complaints, well, don't expect it to happen right away, and try to ask how you can help them to make the change happen in the beginning. If you have some other needs, are there other things that you might need when you ask something and when you want to mention criticism? So tell me, what do you still need to be able to mention criticism to someone? I'll see you next week for the last video about communication. Next month it's gonna be about all another theme with all new topics. If you want to know the topics, you can follow them on Instagram, or you can hit the bell and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any other video. I'll see you next week, and don't forget to take it one step at a time.